Chairman. I want to congratulate Chairman Murkowski on her effort to incorporate such a wide range of legislation in the bill, and thank her for this hearing. I also would like to point out the leadership of Senator Gardner, who's a newer member of the Senate, but who's taken up an active interest in America Competes, and who, along with Senator Murkowski and Senator Cantwell and me and Senator Coons, Senator Feinstein, Senator Heinrich, we're all very interested in that legislation, and I want to talk about that in just a minute. But Mr. Augustine, Senator Murkowski has in her bill, I believe, because I'm co-sponsoring it, a provision that says the Congress should wait until after the Commission on National Labs has finished its work, and then the department should make a report to us about what it recommends we do. Do you think it's a wise idea to wait until after the Commission has completed its report before we take any action to reform the laboratories?
Senator, I think that there are some things that one would not need to wait to do that are fairly evident. So I would not make a blanket statement that one ought to wait on everything. But I do think that our commission has put in a great deal of effort. We visited all the labs. We're very near to completing our work. And so I think for many of the issues, it probably is worth waiting that brief period of time.
Yeah. Well, I've seen how valuable the work you did was on America Competes years ago, and you basically gave us a plan that was recommended by a number of reputable people, and it was a big help to Democrats and Republicans here because we could follow your blueprint. So I, for one, think what we should do is wait until we see your report, and then I look forward to working with Senator Murkowski and Senator Cantwell and others to deal with that. Dr. Orr, Senator Bingaman sent me to Japan when I was a new senator to take a look at Japan's computer. And I flew all the way to Yokohama and did that. It wasn't much to see, just a big box. Right. But it got me involved in exascale computing. And so ever since, one area of agreement between the Congress and the administration has been the priority on exascale computers. Now, we have some big computers already today. What can we do with exascale computing that we can't do with the computers that we have today, and why is it important that we fund them properly?
Senator Alexander, that's of course, it's a question that we've thought a lot about, and one that I think is very important. And we certainly appreciate all your leadership over the years in helping us maintain the United States lead in high-performance computing. The Department of Energy has really contributed a lot at various stages when we really needed an advance in capabilities. The ability to replace weapons testing with very high-performance computing really led to an advance in the computing capability, but then that spread across the entire scientific base. The exascale computing initiative is the next version of that. It will let us simulate the properties of materials, to do materials by design, to do processes at very detailed scientific scales in a way that we can't do now because the problems are too hard. They're important for the detectors and all the basic science facilities. It's really important across the whole fundamental scientific base. So we're, as you know, investing in the next round toward exascale. I just had a chance to participate in the announcement about the Coral computing effort that involves Oak Ridge and Argonne. And we're well on the way, and if we have the support, we will maintain U.S. leadership. If we don't do that, then the competing work in China and elsewhere will take over the lead.
Thank you. I want to use my last 20 seconds simply to once again congratulate Mr. Augustine and his team for keeping our eye on the ball about the importance of energy research that Senator Franken mentioned. The American Association for the Advancement of Science has recommended a 4% increase each year on the route toward doubling energy research. Now, that's over 20 years, but at least it does double it over that period of time. The legislation, Senator Murkowski, Cantwell, Gardner, Ike, Coons, Feinstein, and Heinrich would authorize that. And I want us to think back how 10 years ago we had, I think, nearly 35 Republicans and 35 Democrats in legislation authorized that was introduced by the majority leader and the minority leader to begin America Compete. So I'm delighted with that kind of leadership from the chairman and the ranking member of our committee, and and all of the effort by the other senators. And I'm glad to see that you're still chugging along and urging us to do what we ought to do about energy research. Thank you, Madam Chairman.